Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is Mr.BuyTheDip back here with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to manage risk when investing as a beginner. Now, this specifically comes for people that, are either in college or either just starting out a job, or even comes down to the people who are living with their parents, working a part-time job, and still are looking forward to invest. So here I have a few things that I listed to know when you're managing risk as a beginner. Strong savings is one of them. What I mean by that is making sure your savings are strong is, let's say right now I'm at a loss. So right now my portfolio doesn't look as good. I have lost, you know, $24, but day to day, my investments right now are $52.48 loss, and that's majorly because of GameStop. Now, my savings are strong. I have extra money, so I'm not really worried about $54. Okay, same with somebody in college, same with somebody that's working a job. Investing is like a business. Okay, you don't know if every investment is going to turn out to be a great investment. You don't know if every trade is going to go out to be a good trade. And for you to get to that level is going to take some experience, some losses. So it's fair to have some good amount of savings, like 500, 400, 300, $600 left over, more than what you have invested. So you know that, okay, let's say I lost $60, $70. Okay, well, I can go back home knowing I have strong savings. Second thing is making sure you have good money saved regardless of a good or bad trade. So by quote unquote good money, I mean at least 1,000, 2,000 more saved than what you have invested. If you have $2,000 invested, you should have at least $4,000, $5,000 in your savings. That's what I believe works for me, and that's how I look at things. So I have $215 invested. My savings right now should be around 500 to 600. A little more than what you have invested. That's always what it should be like. If you have 10,000 invested, having 15,000, 14,000, 16,000, 4,000, 5,000 more from what you have invested, because that's good for an emergency fund. That's good for just expenses you will have to cover in the future, or more investments you will have to make. The third thing I have here is no bills, save more. So I kind of named this a weird way you could say, or a funny way, but part of risk is, some people, they can't manage their risks as well as other people because of bills and because of responsibilities. If you're a college student, if you're just a person in high school investing on Cash App or something like that, you don't have to typically worry about that. So if you don't have like a car note, insurance, a phone bill, light bill, mortgage, stuff like that, look at that as an opportunity to save more money. When you save more money, your savings are going to be stronger. Give yourself a time period of 6 months to a year and what type of financial goals you want to hit. In 6 months, your goal should be, $600. The next 6 months, $600. Just like that, in a year, you have $1,200 saved. So that's something to look at and note. And then adding consistent money if you don't have big amounts. So what I mean by that is adding consistent money, quote unquote, is if you have an investment that is very, very low. Like I had an investment, I always talk about this, which was only $15. I added money consistently. You guys can see January 16th, 19, 22, 22, February, March. Like, see, I'm consistently adding $2, $1, $2, $2.98. This is not me trying to show you guys, oh, look, I was adding crazy amount of money, because obviously $2, $1, it is not crazy amounts of money. But this is just me practicing some of the things I was learning as I'm going to invest. I didn't have a lot of money, so I'm gonna just add consistent money as I find money. So let's say I work a part-time job and I start out to invest $200. As I get my next paycheck, 150. As I get my next, 50. As I get another paycheck, 100. So adding consistent money to a company like this, and then when you get to a point where you feel like you should be at, then you go ahead and sell the profit, which I did on May 3rd. Let's go back and look at the other one. Working a consistent paying job. So what that means is just having a job where you know you're going to get a set number on your paycheck, regardless, like, this amount is going to hit the direct deposit regardless of if it rains, if it snows. Some jobs are seasonal, so sometimes it's like they'll call you in, they won't call you in. Sometimes it's like a summer camp job, sometimes it's just like a little winter camp basketball showcase, and you're working there. So those are not considered consistent paychecks, because sometimes it could be 200, sometimes it could be 600. So a consistent job could be like working a regular part-time job for 6 hours every weekend, and they pay, I don't know, 12, 13, 15. And every 2 weeks you're going to get like 400, 500, 400, $500. And you're expected that every other week for about 6, 7 months. That is considered a consistent paycheck, a consistent paying job. Having time periods for every investment before pulling out. So I had a time period for NVIDIA. I wanted to be at least 3 to 4 months in NVIDIA, and then I was going to pull out. And then let's look at some other investments I had. I had investments in, I don't know, Apple. Let me see. I did have investments in Apple. So I had just time periods where I was going to, I was going to just keep money in there. And once I gained, I was just going to pull out. So Apple was about for a couple weeks, and I wasn't really looking forward to keep these companies, but something I was looking forward to keep was the S&P 500. I believe I was somewhere around here. S&P 500, I believe. This one, no, I can't find it, but it was this one right here. So it was the S&P 500. So this is something, I invested it, and then I sold at $10. I wasn't planning to keep this for a long time, even though it's a good long term. But having time periods, you should know what a long term is, a short term, and an investment where you just want to day trade it, or you just want to get in and get out. If you find yourself stuck where it's like you got in for a short investment, and it ends up being longer than a short investment because the company's down right now and you're just holding. For example, like I just wanted to get into GameStop and get out at like a $50, $60 gain, but I ended up losing $54, so I'm just holding right now. This is an exception, but we want to learn something from it. So I ended up coming to GameStop when it was like $38. As you guys can see, average cost per share, that's when I entered the company, or the stock. I entered the stock when it was $38.03, and the current share price is $25.22 when the market closed. So it's very, I don't know, it's very, I regret this a lot. It's very stupid that I got in at such a high price, but the hype around GameStop was also something I had to consider, and then I kind of got buying pressure, I would say, and $38 was crazy compared to 25 right now. That's the stuff we live and learn. So definitely having time periods and knowing when to pull out and what a certain investment is. So right now, when I'm going big on NVIDIA, I'm going to go big in a couple more days, put more money in NVIDIA. I'm just waiting on the dip right now. So I'm going to hold this the longest compared to when I held it in December. I'm going to hold it longer, and I'm just going to see how it rolls out. So I already know my time period on NVIDIA. I know my time period on AMC. I came in this as to day trade it. It was stupid. I came in when it was $5.24, crazy high. I should have waited till it went under $5, but it's just a stupid move by me. So we live and we learn. As you guys can see, I bought the company when it was the stock when it was right here. Like these are just things that with experience it'll come. And with knowledge, it'll come. Now, let's say I invested like $500 right here. That just would have been stupid. Like I would have been at a crazy loss right now. So it's just like I do small trades like this just to learn and see what I should have did right. So these two right here, GameStop and AMC, are definitely not a long term. So I'm looking to sell these in like, I don't know, a few weeks probably. And Nvidia I'm looking to keep for a few months. So that those are just the time periods to also keep in focus and keep in mind when we're investing in stocks or investing in any type of cryptocurrency. Usually people use the cryptocurrency as longer term investments. But yeah, that is it for today. That's the video.